Hello. So today I wanted to share with you a little bit of what I've been going through as someone that is a Christian that has ADHD and just recently became a new mom. So my baby is just sleeping here next to me. I'm not sure if she's gonna wake up soon. We'll see. Um, but the thing about this whole season is that since I was pregnant as a Christian, I've been wanting to be very intentional about how I raise my daughter. Like I have the understanding that bringing a child to this world is not just having, building my family. I'm just building my own family and she's my daughter and that's it. No, to me, she is a life that has been stewarded from God to us, you know? And so, with that in mind, I want to do the best I can to steward this life, to do my best and how I raise her, to be super intentional about how I raise her, right? And so, I think there's like this extra layer of, it's not pressure, but I guess as someone that has ADHD, as someone that already struggles with not feeling good enough, with self-doubt, with wondering if, am I doing a good job? Maybe hyper focusing on every little thing or being too self-aware. I'm not sure. It seems like it's something that is bound to, I guess, bump heads, right? Like walking the narrow road as a Christian is already hard enough. And as someone that has ADHD, it sometimes feels like, dang, not only am I walking the harder road, right? The narrow road, the one that requires more effort, I also have to have this added effort of like functioning and having these challenges that most people don't have, because that's the reality. Most people don't have the challenges of overthinking as much, of doubting themselves that much, not being able to make decisions that much or that frequently, or sometimes, hyper focusing or struggling to juggle things and to know how much time things will take, and like the time blindness and all of these things. It's like the executive functioning, like dealing with procrastination, dealing with having this personality that can fall into addicting behaviors like doom scrolling or playing video games or things like that. Like I already need to be fighting with that on my day to day. And at the same time, I do feel that I am called to walk the narrow road, right? The road that is less traveled, the road that is counter-cultural. And that's like, it's one challenge after over the other. And I'm not sharing this as a woe is me thing. It's just the reality, like the cards that you've been dealt, and you just need to learn how to play with them. Um, but yeah, so as a new mom that is a Christian, I have been wanting to be super intentional on how I raise her, like and in general, I also want to do a good job, like in the physical, right? Making sure that she feeds, making sure that she's content, that she's well rested, making sure that I'm taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of in the house. At the same time, I am someone that is aware of the fact that if mommy is happy, everyone is happy, right? If mommy is happy, baby is happy. So I also need to be aware of the fact that I need to practice self-care, that I cannot forget about myself, because from me, everything else flows. And the other thing that I've been not struggling, but I guess, yeah, sure, let's call it struggling with, is also understanding God's design and God's order. That it's God first, my husband second, and then my kids. If I'm honest, like my heart, as soon as I welcome this baby to this earth, is like, I'm just so in love with her. I've cried so many times out of just love, like just happy tears, just looking at her, because she's just so precious and so innocent, and I have so much love for her that it does become hard to put my husband second. Like my child, I want to put her second, because it's so easy to love someone that's just so innocent and that just needs you so much. And now that she's opening her eyes, that just stares with you like you're her everything, you know, it's so overwhelming that it's really hard to, or it's not like super hard, but I mean, yeah, to put that order into practice. Just not long ago, my husband and I, we had our first date night, and I left my daughter with my mom, and instead of breastfeeding her, I just pumped and left the bottle so that we can go out for the night. And I cried on my way out, because I just felt like I was, you know, not abandoning her. It's just so irrational. It's so irrational, but you know, I'm just trying to explain that the emotions are just real, and it's so easy for the emotions to take over on how God calls us to live. And the other thing that's been happening is that I'm not sure if this is related to hyper focus or like to ADHD, so the hyper focus, or if this is just like the hormones, because that's another fact that I did not take into consideration whenever I brought this baby into this world, is that these hormones are real. Like how it affects your emotions and your body is crazy. I was ready for a newborn because I've nannied for a newborn in the past, and so I've already had some practice and some expectations. And so I was ready for a newborn, but I was not ready for life as a new mom in a postpartum body. I was not ready for that. And so what I was gonna say is I'm not really sure if it's the hormones or if it's the ADHD, but something that I find myself that I've been doing is that I've been hyper focusing on her. Besides, I'll talk about this later actually. I've been hyper focusing on her, on making sure that she's okay, and making sure that she has a regular structure, a regular schedule, and keeping peace, keeping my mind at peace. If she's crying, I'm staying so calm, and because again, I'm aware that she will absorb my energy, so I'm like super focused on me staying calm, staying happy, smiling at her. Like everything is like peachy when it's my interactions with her. It doesn't matter if she's screaming her lungs out, which she rarely does, but everything is just peachy from my end to her. And because of that, I've been doing so much pouring out, like emotionally and mentally, to her, that I feel like I have nothing left to give. And what's been crazy to me is that because of that, I'm very snappy with my husband. I feel like I've been not as loving with my fur babies, with my kitties. And yeah, it's just like the love that I have to give is like dried out. It's just gone. Every drop of love is going to my baby, and it's just really hard for me to get more out of myself to give to the other people in my life. And so, I mean, those are the struggles that I've been experiencing. How have I been addressing this is honestly just upping the volume and my reliance on God. So something that I started doing pretty early on is to make sure that I do not miss journaling in the mornings and praying to Him. At first I did it with her while I was either nursing or while she was napping next to me. I would journal with her on me. But what I've been doing lately is just waking up 1 hour before she wakes up and have that time with God, and let Him shower me with strength, with joy, with love, with peace, so that I'm not running on empty. It's just been foundational, honestly. This has been a season, I guess, with all of the struggles, where my reliance on God is even stronger. And I guess that's what's beautiful about this thing. Like, yes, I have ADHD, and yes, I'm walking the narrow road. And I get that's what's beautiful about having ADHD, is that you have extra challenges, but because of those extra challenges, then you need God even more. And so we have that beautiful opportunity of depending on God so much that, you know, he can be glorified even more. And just seeing him work through these things, I think it just makes the whole thing even more beautiful. So anyways, I ran out of time. Maybe I can talk about this longer down the road. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit of what's been going on. And I don't know if you've related to any of this. If you did, make sure to like or comment down below, share me your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.